Weekly, GarageBand, GarageBand Weekly, GarageBand Weekly. Need an answer to your question. John, you'll have a suggestion. He's a fountain of all knowledge. I think he might have gone to GarageBand College. What he doesn't know, we'll try and find out. So join the chat and give him a shout. Hey, John. Hey, John. GarageBand Weekly.
Miss Pete Johns, and I didn't put on my microphone. Hello, welcome to GarageBand Weekly, where we are 100% professional 100% of the time. My name is Pete Johns, and for the next, who knows actually, because we're doing something a bit different at the moment. We'll be recording some vocals today. I did say vocals and guitar. Kind of moving away from the guitar with this track that we're doing, but we're recording some vocals. If you're watching the replay version of this one and you want to jump straight to the recording and skip all this preamble and the news and notes and the saying g'day to the folks who are here live, you can check the timestamps down in the description. We are brought to you, as we are each and every week, by my GarageBand Guide. In fact, I should call it my GarageBand FAQ, because the GarageBand Guide is copyright Patrick Baird, 2024. But the GarageBand FAQ I have is at studiolivetoday.com/GarageBand. You can check out my brand new 5-minute tip series, which is going gangbusters. We've got more than 40, I think, no, 37. We've got a lot of videos in there already, and we're adding to that in each and every week. You can check out all the playlists for free there. You can join the GarageBand communities, and you can check out the FAQ. Everything from 24-bit audio to zip files. It's all there for you at studiolivetoday.com/GarageBand for free. If you'd like to support me and the work that I do around here, you can do that through a number of different ways. There is links down in the description for the Patreon. You can become a member of the channel as well, and we'll be doing a member live stream after this show. You'll get to walk with me, copyright Jade Star. You get to walk with me as I go for a little stroll down by the riverside and have a chat to the member folks as well. So if you want to join the after party, the after show, you can do that by becoming a member, just like Mark Bro is, just like Skeeter Melody is. You can become a member for $2 a month. Hello to the fine folks who are here live. We've got Sean Chandler, we've got Mark Bro, we've got Al Davis Music, we've got Crow on a wire. We do have Skeeter Melody here and the wonderful Jade Star. Now, news and notes. YML 200, baby. Why is Pete so tired? YML 200, baby. We did 3.5 hours of epic indie music yesterday right here on the show, and it was a good old time. We played a lot of music. We had a lot of folks in the chat, a lot of interaction, and I got through it. I did have to get up at 3 a.m. that morning, and then I was recording the show at like 8:30 till about 11:30, almost 12 o'clock my time here. So it was a marathon, not a sprint. A marathon, not a sprint, as everything is around here. But it was a good old time. And for those that were here live, like Mark Bro, like Mars Capone, hopefully you had a good old time there at YML 200. And guess what? Next week, 201, baby. And the good thing is, because I reached out to every single person right around the community, everyone who'd ever submitted a song to YML, I reached out to them. We got a whole bunch of submissions. We've got about 70 in the bank now. So we're going to have some massive shows for the next couple as well. And it was good because we kind of got back to the old way of lots of music, a little bit of chatter in between, as opposed to John's rabbiting on too much and playing too much of all the songs. Because I reckon that's the point of difference we have around here, is that we get to the point, both in the tutorials and in our live shows. So in honor of that, how about we move on? Hello to Conan Drum Band. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Number 2, I just wanted to mention something real quick. I can't tell you how often I give this advice and how often it works, and that is the old universal fix to turn it off and on. I know this isn't really a news, but it's a note, and it's news and notes. It's a note because just before this show, I was trying to get my iPad showing up on the screen here. So, you know, it's not much of a show if I can't show you my iPad screen while we're recording. And nothing was working, and I was trying all the settings, and I was doing, and then I looked at the adapter, and the HDMI cable was unplugged. So the very first thing you should do is to unplug and plug back in and then turn off and turn back on. It fixes so many things. And we don't need to get bogged down in the details of why it works. Lots to do with computers and building up things in memory over time and chips overheating and things just needing to reconnect to be happy in life. So before you freak out, as I say, don't freak out, freak in. No. Don't overreact, underreact. Just stop, think, breathe, and unplug it and plug it back in. I know, it's the simplest thing, but the amount of times that I've helped people and they're like, oh, I just needed to turn it off and on. And it's true, and people including me. Third news and note piece we have here is, where are the new iPads, Johns? Where are the new iPads? We haven't had a new iPad since the iPad Pro M2. That was a while ago. We've got M3 laptops now and have had for some time. Where's the new iPads and where's the new Macs? Why is our Mac Studio and our Mac Minis not been updated to M3 yet, Johns? I don't know why everyone's asking me. I'm not Apple. Some people think I am Apple. Some people think I'm Apple. Some people think I'm DistroKid. Seriously, if I got paychecks from all these companies that people think I'm representing, I would be doing all right, wouldn't I? But no, I'm not DistroKid, I'm not Apple, but I do talk about them a lot, and I wear GarageBand user group t-shirts. But yeah, we don't know. There's been rumours, but there's been no confirmation. Originally, we heard April, but you know what? We're on the 16th of April, and we haven't heard or seen anything. If it goes by what happened with the MacBooks recently, it'll probably be nothing more than a drop. So, because here's the thing, like an email, like a what do they call it? A press kit, a press release. Because there's nothing revolutionary in the world at the moment. When it comes to Macs and when it comes to iPads, obviously M1 was massive, and putting the M1 into the iPad was massive. So there was big news there, and they wanted to do events and things. It's not really event worthy right now, because what are they going to do? I mean, yes, there's talks of, the mini LED screens and improvement to the screen sizes, maybe, but unless we're getting, a foldable iPad or something actually that's going to revolutionize things, I don't see a lot of change in the horizon. Am I wrong? Sure, maybe. It's happened many, many times before. So, just watch this space. You know that as soon as there is something announced, I'll be letting you know. And don't forget, we've got the Worldwide Developers Conference just around the corner, and that often coincides with some hardware releases. So we could be seeing some things there. More music. I know it was massive yesterday at the Your Music Live. Hello, the rise of Dark Leela. Yes, you can indeed become a channel member by just using that link, studiolive today.com/member. See, I make things really easy for you. I put everything behind a nice little link like that. David Asher, hello to David Asher, says, I just read an article saying Apple was having some under sales with the M3 and maybe skipping straight to M4 processors. Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing, and it probably points to what I'm talking about here, which is that who's upgrading to an M3? I've got an M1, and I will upgrade to an M3, but I'm kind of skipping the M2. I think we're at that point now where it's going to be generation skips, a bit like the iPhones. Like, I went straight from an iPhone 12 to a 14 and then a 15, only because Apple lent me this one. I don't usually do the yearly upgrades, but I only ever upgrade every 2 or 3 generations. Because short of a slightly better camera, what are we seeing in iPhones these days? And it's the same with iPads. Short of a slightly better processor, I mean, what apps on the iPad, especially for me, simple people like me that use GarageBand and sometimes Logic Pro, what's going to be using 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM? What's going to be using the power of even the M2 processor, let alone an M3? So I think that Apple have put themselves in a position where their chips and their architecture and their latest offerings are so good that it's giving people longevity and no reason to upgrade. If you're on an Intel-based Mac right now, sure, you should upgrade. You should update to an M1, M2, M3 series. If you're on an M1 or an M2, for the vast majority of people, there is simply no urgency to upgrade, unless you're an idiot like me and you got 256 gig of storage in your M1. Straight to the M4. Seems like it would take their whole operations to throw away a bunch of American-made processors. Yeah, and that's the thing. Jay says, as an M2 iPad Pro owner, the overheating issues are real. There you go. I'm concerned for M3 having worse. And that's the thing. Like, these chips they cram more and more onto these smaller chips, and here's the problem. Shall I go on a rant? Mini rant time. Mini rant alert. Why do we need them to be so thin? Why do we need our iPad, especially a Pro iPad? Like, as soon as you whack it onto a Magic Keyboard, or you put a case around it anyway, if you're a Pro, you're going to protect your thousands of dollars of investment. So why did it need to go so thin? Like, it's so thin now. If they just gave it the extra space for some cooling and some space in there, and just put it flush up against the cameras, because at the moment, those cameras on the back of the iPad Pro stick out like a sore thumb. It means if you put it on a surface, it's always kajiggered. We never had this problem with other iPads in the past. It was always very, I don't know, it felt a little bit more solid. And now they're so thin. And it's almost like they've gone for form over function, and that just shouldn't really be that way for a Pro. I mean, look at the Mac Studio. That thing looks ridiculous, but it's because it has cooling and it has fan, and it needs to have that space to actually draw out the heat so that you can put in the Pro level chips. And people have said, why aren't they putting an M1 and an M2 Pro or Max or Ultra chips in the iPad? It's because the thing would catch on fire. It's not going to survive it because it needs cooling, and you can't use passive cooling, and the iPad has no cooling. So for folks like Jade, who put their iPads to the test, see me running gentle GarageBand here. This thing's running ice cold. Like, I'm never going to overheat this thing just running GarageBand. But if you start throwing apps at it, yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. No fans, no active cooling. If you're just going to go with passive cooling, then there you go. The generation skip. It's what a lot of people are doing, isn't it? For sure. Right, we got any other? Yeah, exactly. Right, headphone port. Throw an XLR jack in there while we're at it, hey Mars. How about some dual TRS balanced inputs? A man can dream, can't he? Wouldn't that be cool if there was the creator version that was just a chungus, that was just like, that thick, but it had a row of ports along the side. It had like 2 Thunderbolts. It had a couple of XLRs, some line inputs and outputs. Yeah. What do you reckon? I know, call it a Pro, and then I still need to buy dongles. I know. And, I say all this, first world problems, clearly, number one, first world problems. And yes, I do, like, Apple do let me use this stuff and they send it to me. So I'm in zero position to complain. And I do love the stuff. But you're allowed to point out some foibles in the things you love sometimes. Like, it's because I love them. If I didn't love them, I would just throw the stuff away and use something else. It's still the best portable mobile recording platform in the world, full stop, new sentence, hands down. However, there's some things that they could do differently. And I just wish that, in a Pro version, that they would actually implement some Pro stuff. Like, I haven't spoken to a single, I'll get off this, but I haven't spoken to a single creator that says, I'm so glad that it is so thin, but only has the one single port on it. And the amount of creators that would trade an extra 5 millimeters or even 10 millimeters on the back of it for a few extra ports. Anyway, let's move on, because we have a special guest here today, and it is this man, David Asher, because for the last 3 weeks now, this is week 4, we've been working on a little project. I wanted to do a sort of a 2-part thing. One, David makes amazing music, and he offered up some of his instrumental tracks, and I said, yes, please. I love this one. I want to play with it. And number 2, I wanted to show you how easy, simple, and efficient it is to collaborate with other creators, regardless of what DAWs you are using. So, no, only one port. That's the problem. That's the problem we have. So if you haven't been following along, you can go back to the last 3 weeks worth of shows. But let's give you the quick version, the catch-up version of where we're at with this project. So what David did is he stemmed out his project and gave me all of these WAV files. In the first video, we imported these WAV files. We did a little bit of very quick mixing. We changed the names of the tracks. We added a little icon so we know which track we're playing with. We also, at the top here, I used the drum track because GarageBand has pretty dodgy sectioning. I use this top track so that I know where the intro, the verse, the chorus, the verse, and the chorus are, and then the outro. So I can actually, when I'm tracking, which we'll be doing today, a little more of, we can actually track that as well. And then we started recording. So we put together a demo last week. We wrote lyrics, which you helped with. It's been a real community project. It's been a fun one, this one. So we recorded in a little guitar idea for the start there, some ideas for some backing vocals there, and then this one, we tracked a rough demo version of some lead vocals. And what I thought I would do today is I've got two different microphones here. I've got a condenser, this one, a condenser microphone. It is handheld, but don't let that fool you. It is a condenser microphone. This is the Audio-Technica AE3300, and I've got the AKG D5, a dynamic mic. So for folks that are like, what should I go for? What's the difference between a condenser and a dynamic? I thought what we'd do is I'd do a few takes of these vocals, and I'd do them with two different microphones. I'm actually also going to take things a little more seriously today. I'm going to be using headphones to track, and I'm going to talk you through how I set up to track vocals, because I think you can overthink it, but there's a few basic tips that I'm going to give you for recording vocals and how to get decent vocal takes into your recordings without a lot of effort. And I mean, I'm not in a perfect space here. I'm actually not in a soundproof booth, much as the screen behind there looks like I am. I'm here in my room, and I do have a few reflective surfaces, but not too much. But we'll be able to hear the difference between the two different microphones as we use them. Let us take a listen, and what I'll do, while I play this, I'm going to play the song all the way through as it is in its current form, very much a rough demo version at this stage, and then I'll get our lyrics set up. We'll go through I've made a couple of tiny tweaks to the lyrics from the last episode, and then we'll get on and we'll do some recording, hey? So here it is. Again, huge thank you to David Asher for allowing me to play around with this instrumental track and adding some vocals to it. So let's take a listen, shall we? I'm going to turn my mic off. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear. Right till the end. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. And is another start beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. not the same, as you will see. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. How cool is that? Very nicely done with the instrumental side. And originally, like with the guitar part that I'm sort of envisaging here in the intro, it was going to be sort of all sort of Spanishy sounding. And then it kind of went, as David himself said, a little bit Bowie-esque with that. And I don't know what it was, but it's the melody that came out. And it's passed the earworm test for me, because when I write a melody, when I'm walking around and I'm just like, I'm like, what the hell is that melody that I'm singing? And I'm like, oh, it's the one we wrote last time. So it is cool when that happens, because it means, hey, this is a hook. This is something that might actually work for us. So what do we need to do today? Well, we're going to track some vocals. We are going to replace these two, because they were recorded pretty rough and ready, and we were kind of recording just after we'd written the vocals, so we'll be a little bit more consistent with them now, and try and get some more studio sounding vocals in here. So to do that, we are going to duplicate out this first one here, just so that we're using the same settings for it, and in fact we'll just duplicate it a couple of times and bring this one up here. The reason I'm using two tracks for the vocals is between the chorus and verse 2, there's a cross fade there, because this part is, as you would have heard, all up to you, to rise again. Life is a journey we all. And what I definitely want to do with this, and this is why it'll be good to use two different microphones, is to do some vocal doubles. I definitely think with the big kind of orchestral, like with the lead in here that David's got to the chorus, I think we need a doubled vocal through the choruses here, just to give it that real power. So let's confusion, it reigns no matter what. As well as perhaps a second vocal. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. Like just below, like the third below, I think could work. Maybe only in the second chorus, because you kind of want to create some differences between the two chori. Hello, Thomas Christ. Hello, Treatment in Progress. Hope you are doing well, my friends. And Sylvie, who's here as well. Always wonderful to see you, Sylvie. All right, so let's do now a few little things about recording. So yes, I've donned the headphones and I'm turning off the monitor speakers. You'll notice when I normally do shows here, because I like to kind of be a bit more casual and relaxed, I normally don't have the headphones on, but the cord behind my neck. I usually don't have headphones plugged into my interface. I usually just monitor through my speakers, which means you get a little bit of that feedback noise. When you're just doing a talking type show, it's not as big a deal. When you're recording vocals, a little bit of background noise is okay. And in fact, a lot of people will say, if you get a better vocal performance not wearing headphones and listening through monitor speakers, just do it, because the trade-off, that little bit of noise that you're going to pick up in your mic, is going to actually be better than a poorer performance, not hitting the notes. Yeah, so that is something you can consider. You don't have to use headphones, but I'm going to attempt to use headphones today. I'm going to plug in firstly this one. This is the Audio Technica condenser mic. This is the AE3300, and I'm going to plug it in now. I've shown the setup in previous videos. I'm just using my favorite simple 2-channel interface, which is a Steinberg UR22C, which I've plugged in there. Ba 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 ba. Yes, we need more music in the drama world, not more drama in the music world. And drama is good as long as it's, not that manufactured Facebook drama, as long as it's, actual dramatic, plays and fictional drama, not drama that's just trolls trolling other people. Anyway, I'll get off. Quiet, huh? Daddy's on his high horse. All right, let's set this up ready to rock. We will make sure that we have what am I doing? Why is this not into here? All right, we are recording channel 1. Check, check, check. Yes, the theatre, exactly, the theatre, darling. So we have got monitoring on. We are recording on this track. What I might do is let's turn on, why don't I have this turned on for starters? I don't have multi-track recording turned on. I was wondering where's my record light? Where's my monitoring light? It's because I didn't have multi-track recording. I think I turned it off when I was doing something recently. So here's a little tip for you, a little hack. We'll turn that to there. What you can do is if you want to track, instead of tracking on the microphone screen over here, instead of having that screen up when you're tracking, if you want to track here on, the tracking screen, you can actually do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this vocal up to the top here, just under the drums, so I can kind of track where we are. I'm going to do the same with this second vocal track. Burp, burp. And what we can do is if we change this one, so we're recording on this one. We're not recording on that one. Go away. What we can do is change the channel of this one to channel 2. So nothing's plugged into channel 2, but it just means that we can select both of these, monitor just this one, record onto both of them, and we can actually watch and we can track on this screen as opposed to the other screen. So let's come here and yeah, and this one here. La, 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 la. All right, we are good. Check. 1, 2, 3. Got a little bit of delay and reverb on there to track through, and we did set this up very basically last time with a little compression, a little bit of we don't have any overdrive on there. Let's just turn on a little bit of drive to give it a bit of grit at the top end there. Yeah. And probably got a little too much reverb on there. Just unmoisten that a little bit. And now we can actually track these vocals. Look, drama is good, but the good sort of drama, not the, drama is the subject at school. The drama that people talk about of creating drama is trolling, in my view, or it's people that are being negative. Like negativity in general is not, as you know, we don't do that around here. It's unnecessary. But I know that's not what you're talking about. Let's give this a sing, shall we? So the lyrics. So here are my lyric sheet. So there's verse 1. There's our confused sonnet. Confusion, it reigns. So we've got everything there. It's very simple, simplified vocals, but we'll give this a go. So I'm going to turn off this mic, and you're just going to hear me through this one from here. So no foldback going on, just picking up in this microphone. And let's hit record. I'm going to listen to get into the feel of it, I'm going to listen to it from the start, and I'll show you this screen. Exactly. Anyone who causes issues here will be banned. Yes, it's true. And let's get recording. So we'll put both of these lights on and we'll hit the record button. Check. 1. Need to re-record that guitar. Not quite in time, because I was still writing the part. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear. Right to the end. Confusion it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a journey we all must. So we'll pause there. I'll come back over to here. And we'll get rid of that little opening bit where we were just finding ourselves. How is our level here? I've got a fear. We're not clipping, but we're a little cha-cha-cha. Yep. We might need to turn down the input gain a little bit. On that one. But yeah, you can see how easy it is when you're tracking on this screen as opposed to that the mic screen as well there. Let's just listen back to a little bit of this, shall we? And we'll mute out that. I left those on just to make sure I could remember the original vocal melody because I only sung it like twice in my life. So let's just play this part. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try. Sounds pretty good, yeah. I'm reasonably impressed with that. So let's. There was only one sort of questioning bit I had down here around some rhythm. So see if you can help me out with this because I changed up the rhythm from the original. I'll just put this back on so we can hear this. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you. You know that it's all up to you, or all up to you. All right, so here, you got to help me. All up to you. That's one. All up to you. That's two. If you're here live, can you vote 1 or 2 in the chat if you'd like to? So I'll do it again. All up to you. So the quick movement down, or the all up to you. Longer all. So David's gone. I'll probably just do it that way. All up to you. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to let David be the decider. Unless, oh no, Conan says 1. Maybe we've got 1, 1, 1, 2. We've got two 2s and 3 1s. You know what I could do? 2 as well. It's even. It's even, Stephen. All up to you. All up to you. Oh. You know what we could do, David? Because I agree with you. Maybe we make it does happen twice. So maybe that can be our variation for the final. So I reckon all up to you. So I reckon we do that on the second chorus, because that's where it goes right into the end with the nice sort of like fade out. All right. See, why not do both? There you go. All right, so let's say all up to you. So I'm going to record it again because that was sort of my I realized I hadn't had water. So couple of vocal tips, and I'm not a vocal coach, but I play one on the YouTubes. Water, room temperature. Always room temperature water. Don't have hot or cold beverages. Well, again, this is my view. When I have cold beverages, it kind of shrinks your vocal cords. Warm beverages, if they're too hot, they can kind of damage you before you start even singing. Yeah, I know some people have like warm honey drink, but definitely don't have it hot, not piping hot cup of tea or anything. If it's just warm, that's okay. Lukewarm or room temperature. And yeah, always make sure that you're hydrating regularly and try to avoid things that are like dairy and anything that's going to kind of clog you up and make you a bit more nasally before you start singing. So yeah, let's do this again, shall we? We'll delete that take. I don't think it was fine, but I don't think we need it, especially since it was just a bit of a warm up. So we'll come in here. We'll do this. I'm going to turn off this mic, and we're back over here. We'll do the full intro again just for this take, so just to get myself into the groove of it, and we'll leave on this because I think this does the right one, does it? All up to you. Let's just check. And is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you, all up to... Yeah, we're doing the short version. All right, let's turn it off. Let's see if I can remember it, because we're doing the short version this time around. But we didn't do our double tracking method, so let's just do that, so we can come back to here. And we can view it on this screen. Whoop, go away, sunshine. There we go. Ba, ba. Ja. That's my first note. This chord progression is ridiculously good, David. I love it. It's not what I would write, which is why it's so fun to collaborate. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear, right to the end. Confusion it brings no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a journey we all must face. That's a take. Let's do another one. So what I do at this point, I'm just going to leave myself over here, is I'm going to rename these so that I know what this is. So this is Vox. It's a condenser microphone, so I'll just put CND, lead, and take one. Just so I remember what I've recorded and what mic I've used each time. We'll do another version of that just while I have that part in my head by just duplicating, moving it here, recording over that dummy track again, and this time we'll just start from in here. So we're going to record exactly the same thing. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear, right to the end. Confusion it brings no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a journey we all must face. All right, not a bad. Not bad. We need to move on from there. I'll just turn off that. Yeah. So I think it's coming together all right. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Sylvie. Does David like it? Yay! It's always very nerve-wracking doing this sort of stuff, not only live, but when you're doing it with someone else's music. My goodness, it like just adds an extra layer. An extra layer to it. So let's, before we forget, let's rename this one. And yeah, as Secret Legacy saying there, renaming, I learnt this, I'm lazy too. Like I'm very lazy and I didn't used to do this, but you get so muddled and mixed into what you're doing that, yeah, I've just learnt that it's so much easier to do this now than later. All right, let's sing the second half of the song, shall we? So we'll use this track here. We'll do our same little trick here. And we'll need to start it from in here and then record. So I'm going to leave those, I'll just turn those down a bit. I'll leave that double take in there before, and then we'll record over the top of, well, we'll record this part, but we'll record it on this track, and we'll use this as our dummy recording track. So second verse is, life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. I think that was Mark Bro that, or someone, or Brad, example maybe, someone put that line in there. It was really good. Perspectives change. It's not the same as you can see. All right, so we'll try the second verse into that final chorus and see if I remember, because the second chorus we go up to even higher notes. By the way, is the vibrato a bit much? I'm kind of going a bit operatic because I think it works for this song. But if you're thinking the vibrato's too much, I can dial it back a notch. Let's record this. Life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. All right, I forgot that it went, the mirror is not. I forgot we had a change in things there. Our lies. The mirror is not our reality. Perspectives change. It's not the same as. All right, we have some variation here. I'm gonna have to relearn this part. Our lies. The mirror is not our reality. Perspectives change. It's not the same as you can see. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control. I knew I wouldn't get that note. You're losing control. Oh man, that's just at the top of my range. But I really like it. And I did it last time, so I must be able to do it. Let's go. What you do, you're losing control. You're what you do, you're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Is it just me, or did I just like make a song that's going to be really difficult for me? for me to sing all the way through. We'll have to chunk it down. That's right. You're learning some of the techniques here that you do need to chunk it down, especially when you're doing something that requires a whole lot of like breathing like this. I'm just going to move these vocal chunks around to make sure that we're not cutting ourselves off in between parts. So we're just basically just grabbing these handles and moving it in. Yeah, the final, you're right, David, the final one might be literally one line at a time. It's weird. You trade off the, so I'm just going to turn off this, there. You trade off a little bit of the feel of going and getting the whole vocal. Like singing it all the way through is my preference, but sometimes you do need to at least chunk it down into a few little sections to do it. So we'll do another take. So we'll make sure that this is, so this we'll rename again, because this is kind of just take one of using that same condenser mic, and we'll just shift this up to here. So just pretend that these two tracks are both like, that's take one, because it's using the same mic and the same everything else. And this is going to be take two. Yeah, exactly, especially since it's new to you. Dumb question from a guy that doesn't use iOS often. Can you do multi-takes on the same track? You can, Chris, and I'll show you. I'll show you how you do it, just because this is a learning experience. So you can turn on multi-take recording on a track. So we'll do that for this second one. So if we just, we'll duplicate that and we'll bring it down there. So we've got, this is take one. This is going to be take two. In fact, we'll rename it to take two. And we might have to even start doing this, Chris, because you've only got 32 tracks in GarageBand. So if I start using too many tracks, it is very high. Why did I do that, David? Should I just repeat the second, the chorus again? I don't know. Maybe. We'll check it out. We'll see how we go. Let's cue this up. So actually, we're going to use that same track, aren't we? So if we go up here to our track settings, we can go to recording and we can turn on multi-take recording. And what it'll do is it'll record the second take over the top of this take. The reason I usually don't do this is sometimes I like to use my second takes for a double. And if you do it this way, it's kind of hard to remove one. You basically just pick which one it is. But just while I'm practicing and while we're tracking here today, we'll do this. I've got a feeling, just because I spoke for 3.5 hours yesterday on YML and the voice isn't pristine, I've got a feeling we are going to have, we'll get this to demo state today, but I don't think these can be our final tracked vocals. I think we're going to have to come back next week again and continue working on this. So we'll see how we go. Yeah, I think I like it. I like the change at the second chorus, and I think we do need to keep it. I just need to work at it. All right, let's do this. So yeah, so we're going to use multi-take recording on this one now. So I'll monitor this one, and where's our dummy track down here? We'll continue using our dummy track for recording, and I'll just show you how multi-take recording works. So where are we at? This is life is a journey we all must face. I'm going to turn off the other mic so that you don't get double feedback. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, we are. See, I got myself caught out there because I'm not used to recording over the same track. Let's try it. You know that it's all up to you. Life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. Perspective change. It's not the same as you can see. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. It's going to be rough. Can I get some encouragement for even having a crack at this? Oh yeah, see, this is how I don't know that it works with this. Because now we've got two takes here, or is it not? Is it just recorded over the top of it? This is why this is why I don't use multi-take recording very much. I've got multi-take on. Why is it not created a second take? Let's just undo. Oh, because I think when you do it in chunks, it doesn't like the multi-take thing. Let's just redo that. Yeah, I don't think it recognizes it as a separate. See, this is it's clunky as. Like, I think if you do a whole take all the way through, and then you do a whole take all the way through, then you can tap it and go to takes and pick which take. But I don't think it worked for this. Maybe we'll try it again afterwards. I'm just going to undo that. I'm going to go back to the other method. But yeah, that's how you do it, Chris. But I don't like it. I'm a simple man. I have simple ways. We'll duplicate this one, and we'll do it. No, not that one. That one. All right, let's try this again from the lead-in. I'm going to get some more hydration, and then we'll do a quick mic switch, and then how we've time, we might finish off shortly because I'll trash the voice otherwise. Got to protect your instrument. Ding. Hang on. Gotta protect your instrument. All right, let's try this thing. You know that it's all up to you. Life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. Perspectives change. It's not the same as you will see. From the mirror. Let's do it from there. Our lives. The mirror is not our reality. Perspectives change. It's not the same as you can see. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. All right, we're doing it from there because I can hit it, but it's just like right at the top of the range. And I think it'll sound cool once we get it the way we want it. What you do, you're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. All right, that's about as close as we're going to get to it today. So we got ourselves a couple of takes. Hang on, turn off your monitoring, Johns. Got ourselves a couple of takes of this lead vocal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out the vocal mic here, and I'll turn off my phantom power, which is on the back here because it's really inconvenient on the. There we go. Turned off phantom power because we're going to switch over to this one, and I've got an idea there for the chorus for a second vocal, like a harmony. But I reckon only on this. We'll try it on the first because the chorus changes both times. We'll try it on the first one. Now, when I've plugged this mic in, I'm probably going to have to adjust the gain because I'll probably need a little bit more input gain for this dynamic mic than the condenser I was just using. So let us get ourselves set here. So we're going to grab this one. Hello, Phil Gone. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Grab this one and just duplicate it out. And bring this one. Hello, Mimpster. Hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's well. We're having a good day. I'm having a cracker so far. Righty. And after this, I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a walk down by the river. Going to walk into town. Might go to the only sports bar in Adelaide that actually plays the hockey, because they're playing, I think, the Oilers game. Not that the Oilers are doing much, or maybe it's the Kings game they're going to play. Anyway, I'm talking hockey because I'm getting distracted here. Let's cue this up. So we'll turn this on. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you can see there that we're getting much lower. So I have it set currently at 2 o'clock on my input gain. I'm just going to tweak it around to 3 o'clock. Oh, just so that we get a little bit more loudness here. So let's sing through. I'm just going to sing through, and then when we hit the chorus, I'm going to try and change it up. But firstly, we're going to rename this, not merge, but rename. Actually, you know what we haven't done in a really long time? Saved, people. Save. Yeah, you can see I'm using version control for this one, but I hadn't saved it in forever, and that'll sync it off to the iCloud, so we've got a backup version. All right, so let's rename this as opposed to merging, and this is going to be not the condenser, but the dynamic lead one. And we'll probably, yeah, so let's just try a little bit of fun here. We'll put the monitoring on. We'll record on our dummy track, and let's see if we can make some harmony magic.
Just when you think you have it figured out, you lost. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear. Right to the end. Confusion is reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a
So there were some things in there that were okay, but not much of it. So let's go back to there and redo. So what do we reckon here? So like
confusion.
Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. I reckon something like that more. Let's try it.
Confusion it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you. Life is a journey we all must face.
Little bit. I don't know. We'll give it a crack. Let's just go to the second chorus and see if we can bring something in here that might work with this.
As you can see, confusion it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you.
So what you can hear is, can you hear that at the end of a lot of those notes, whereas when I was doing my first takes, it was like nice and clean. Now you're getting that little raspiness at the end. That means time to take a break. And that's the thing. I reckon there's some cool harmonics that could work in there. I just need to workshop that. The way I workshop backing vocals and harmonies, this is why I still love and still use GarageBand, is that when I save this, I'm taking this with me. So this is going to go straight to the phone, and when I go for a walk in a moment, I stick the earbuds in and I just start listening to it. And then in my head, I sort of start singing along and humming along. And if I get an idea that I'm like, oh, that'll work, I jump in and record a little take of it. And then I can come back to the studio and I can hear those ideas and then redo it. Exactly. Yeah, got a good roadmap now. You need to know when to start. You need to get motivated and start doing things. But equally, you need to know when to stop. And after about 45 minutes, which is what I've done here, that's my usual vocal recording time. Once you hit 45, vocal cords start getting a little bit tired, and that's where you're not going to hit the notes, or you're going to get that noise at the end, which never sounds good. But what we can do, though, is put together a quick rough mix of this based on what we've got here so far, because I reckon, funnily enough, the first vocal take was the one that worked the best. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, because here's the thing, non-destructive editing means that with this second vocal take, we can actually just remove the first chunk and just leave it here as a double for the vocal for the chorus. So I reckon we'll do that. So that one will be our vocal double for the chorus there. And this one we have to be a little more careful with, because if we completely remove these, because they're in chunks, they'll go away. So with this one, what we need to do is just duplicate this out and move this one onto its own track here. Hello, I am from Australia, Minster. Good to have you here. From Adelaide, South Australia. All right, so this means we can just mute out this one and use this as our vocal double track, just as a bit of just to sort of hear how these are going to sound. So we've got our original lead vocal there and our lead vocal here. These will be the ones that we have turned up. And then for the first chorus, we'll have a vocal double here. And then for the second chorus, a vocal double here. So I reckon that's going to work for us. And I'll see if this weird second vocal is going to work underneath there, but we'll see. All right, so should we do this? I'll do it. We'll play it through and see what we've done here. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. It's a very nice community. We have fun around here. Well, if you want to learn about music creating, that's cool. But if you just want to hang out, we've got people that don't even make music that just hang out here because the community is so cool, which I think is awesome. All right. So I do need to re-record this guitar, but yeah, I don't quite have the energy for that at the moment. And I need to think whether we do these little intro vocals here, which we have currently. Are they panned? Yeah, we've got those panned left and right. What I'll do is I'll throw a bunch of reverb on these. Very slapdash, just to hide them behind the reverb. Let's listen to this through, see how these vocals go, see if we can mix them in. So I've got a bit of a demo version to take with me to listen to today and go from there. All right, good luck to me. Definitely need some like quarter note delay in this track on some of these. Yeah. The riser is perfect. It's in that gong, David. Perfection, mate. Just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. Try again. Whispering doubt is your only friend. Your only friend is your fear. right to the end. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. Bring in the double. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Life is a journey we all must face. We can't replace the truth with our lies. The mirror is not our reality. Perspectives change. It's not the same as you can see. No. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all confusion. So I just need to move this one down here because I didn't realize this chunk was also the chorus. So we can have the doubled vocal for the chorus. We need this one down here too. Confusion, it reigns no matter what you do. You're losing control of your mind. The end is another start, beginning anew. You know that it's all up to you to rise again. Yeah, you can just hear that. So I definitely need to separately record that. To rise again. So I can hit that last nice long note. Oh, I love this outro bit here. How good is that? And look, when I first recorded it, I'm like, oh, that outro, we're going to have to fade that outro because that's going to be too long for a pop song. And then I'm like, screw it. I don't make pop music. All right, so we've got ourselves the bases here. I've learnt the song a bit better. I do like when I do my final track. I thought this was going to be the final tracking, but I kind of want to do this song a bit more justice. So I'm going to learn the lyrics because there's not that many of them. So I'm going to walk around today looking like a fool in the streets of Adelaide, singing to myself and learn the lyrics and then be able to come back and do. So next week we will do a final vocal tracking session and hopefully that can be it. I may, as I said, add in some bits and pieces during the week. Let's just save it out. We are at version 6 here and what I'll do is we'll do our, did I duplicate? No, yeah, I did. So that was the today version. So this is version 6. And if you don't know this method, what I basically do is just duplicate, tap and hold, and duplicate, and that way, so we've got the 3 weeks ago ones here where I just pulled in the stems. We've got 2 weeks ago where I started recording. We've got 1 week ago where I did some more, and then we've got this one here. So I kind of know in order how we've been tracking, and then these all get backed up. And if I do something horrible and horrendous that I don't want to keep in the final one, I just scrap it and go back to the last version. So there's where we're at. That's where we're going to finish off here for this week's show. Let's jump back over. Thank you, Mimster. Thanks for dropping by. Come back and join us anytime. We do good things. If a bird starts to follow you, you know you got it, unless it's magpies. I know. I'll go down by the rip. For those that are members, in about an hour's time, it'll pop up on your stream. If you're a member of the channel, for folks like Mark and Aaron and others, you'll see me out there having a stroll. If you would like to, watch that one. Thank you, David. I know I appreciate you, my friend, because this all came about. Again, if you missed the start of this show or the start of the whole collaboration, came about because I was just scrolling through Facebook one day, and David Asher, who I know makes great music, helps others produce their music, a really cool member of the community, said, "I got a bunch of instrumentals that I'm not doing anything with. Does anyone want to play around with them?" And I said, "Yes, please. Can I make it a series on GarageBand Weekly?" And David very kindly said yes. So it's been cool to do something. And again, it's a chord progression that I simply wouldn't have put together. It's really interesting, like those chords. Again, if you didn't see the first one, where I was diving into David's mind trying to work out what he was doing here. But yeah, to have like the C minors and then the C sharp majors and the C minors and then go to A sharp, C sharp, and then the G sharp down to the G late, and then the end, da 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 da. Like, it's really, really cool. For starters, I don't use any black notes, so I would, and I was going to change it, but I'm like, no, that's cheating. I'm going to play it in, because I'm not playing any keys. Doesn't really matter. Just playing guitar and singing. I'm fine to be on those sharps, so it's all good. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And thank you, Aaron and Sylvie. And if you want to become a channel member, you can do so for just $2 a month. And thank you to all those who are already members. I'll see you on the stream as I stroll about in about an hour's time, just before I go and watch some hockey. So thank you everyone for being here. Don't forget, for all your GarageBand needs, you just need to head on over to studiolifetoday.com/GarageBand. If you would do me a solid and hit the like button on your way out, that really helps out. Tells the robots to tell the other robots to get people to come and watch the show. That's a cool thing. And as we say at the end of each and every show around here, please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, keep creating, and I'll see you next time. Let's go out with a little bit of this final chorus, shall we? Of this song, Crow's Whisper. Confusion, it ran.